The illusion is the darkness, the grossness, the separation, the sacrifice, the highs and the lows, the roller coaster that is the ego. And we are scared shitless. We are scared of that consistent state of peace and happiness within. Welcome back to One's journey of unwinding the mind and, of course, your daily microdose. Now tune in to the latest episode of One's journey. Today I want to talk about why we are scared of our light. We are scared of our light, not the darkness. The darkness is where we live. So in order to understand that, let's first get a background of definition of what is light and what is darkness. We usually see, or mainstream understanding of darkness and light is like darkness, the dark times in your life, divorce, death, all the negative things, that's darkness. And then light is like, yeah, I won $1 billion. I got the job of my dreams. I met my soulmate, all the really positive things. And when we think of a person who is dark versus light, we think of the person who is dark as the person that is really negative and a drain on energy. And the person that's in the light is the person that's energetic and they're just, exuberant and constantly on the go and have all this energy. When I talk about darkness and light, what I am actually saying is that darkness contains duality, separation, and sacrifice. In fact, darkness is the illusion. Coming from the ego belief system is darkness. And when I say duality, I mean then that darkness includes happy times. But it's a different kind of happy than what's in the light. So the happy times that are included in duality are those that are like, oh my gosh, yes, so good. There's so much weight placed on it. That would insinuate that it's duality. When we place so much weight on the highs, the shoe's gonna drop, friend, because that is duality and that is the illusion. That is not light, that is darkness still. And if you can't consistently stay in that and you experience separation, which we all know those highs come and go, they're dopamine hits. They're not consistent releases of serotonin, that consistent state of neutrality. They are on the cusp of duality, of the highs and lows, the ups and downs. That is included in darkness because you will experience separation from that eventually. Light. Think Buddha. When I think Buddha, I never met Buddha, but when I think of the symbol that Buddha represents is this person, this being that just, it is what it is. I just is. That is a statement I love to use. I just is. Meaning there's not a high. There's not a low. I just is love. I just is oneness. That is the light. The light is standing in the truth. And the truth is not duality. The truth is pure oneness and love. That is light. So with our new definition of light and darkness, possibly for you, or maybe this is how you already saw it, can you see how we are scared of our light? We are fearful of our light. We live in the darkness. We love the darkness. The darkness feeds our ego belief system. It feeds our dopamine highs and our crashes where we can be like, I had to go through that dark night of the soul so that I could experience this bright ass light. Well, yeah, and you're going to experience another one because you are on the train of duality. But that is where we feel most comfortable, right? If you hear the statement, miserableness loves company, that's where we're sitting in this illusion. The illusion is the darkness, the grossness, the separation, the sacrifice, the highs and the lows, the roller coaster that is the ego. And we are scared shitless. We are scared of that consistent state of peace and happiness within. And again, I am not talking about this high happiness and this that has the opposite of the low pain. I'm talking about this, you come home and you win $50 million and you're like, okay. You come home and your leg gets cut off and you're like, okay. You know, you can acknowledge in the moment like, man, this sucks. But you don't place weight on it. Or if you do, you immediately remove it. There is no weight. And a really great book that represents this theory is The Gift of Maybe. And I have a lot of my clients read it because it really helps you to understand that if you don't put weight, it just is. And I just is. But we are so trained to chase those highs and lows, to be the victim, to be the victor, or feel like we are. Actually, we're being the victim all the time. When you're on that up and down roller coaster of dopamines and lows, you are constantly in the victim mentality because there's no controlling that. And yeah, we are trying to manipulate it and control it now with our magic and manifestation and things like that. But the reality is you cannot control duality. You can create more of the highs or the lows, but you're going to get more of the highs or the lows, whatever's the opposite. So as much as you want to manipulate it, you are addicted to it. You are addicted to the highs and lows. And when you meet someone who's in a neutral place, you think, man, they are boring. If someone asks you, how are you today? And their response is, okay, fine. We're taught that means they're in a bad place. Okay, fine, just is. I'm trying to start to respond to people and they say, Ashley, how are you? I just is. And I'm like, huh? I just is. I'm just living in oneness and love. I don't want to get sucked into this roller coaster of duality because I don't want to be scared of my light anymore. And the only way to do that is to break the addiction of the darkness. And that goes through forgiveness and awareness and intentionally stepping into the light and accepting the light for what it is. Because the light always also contains that immense power that we have. I mean, I don't even know all the power, but if we look back to like Jesus, he was able to be nailed to the cross and part waters and walk on water. And he said you can move mountains. And the reason why is because he acknowledged the power, and the power was the realization that this is an illusion and you are the dreamer of it. And if we realized our power, that would also mean we'd have to take ownership. In order to stand in the light, you have to take ownership of you got yourself here and you're doing this to yourself. The mind is. And that you're one and you're not an individual. Yeah, my body is separate than other people's bodies, but my body's an illusion. I am one with everyone. Holy shit, I have no individuality. In a world that coins their life and status on individuality, and I'm going to have to sit and accept that, no wonder we fear the light. Oh man, friends, it was an eye-opener for me to realize I fear the light. I always think I'm sitting in the light, but really you're sitting in the duality, aren't you? In the high of the duality, the dopamine hit. Does this help you to understand now when you get to that place of the light, you think it's not short-lived until you're in the darkness again, or what the darkness was? It's because you're actually always in the darkness. You haven't actually left. Reality sucks. I hope this video, again, was helpful for you. As always, share your thoughts around this. We're getting more and more on the journey together and very close on this journey. So, as always, remember you are worth it. The illusion is the darkness, the grossness, the separation, the sacrifice, the highs and the lows, the roller coaster that is the ego. And we are scared shitless. We are scared of that consistent state of peace and happiness within.